first came to the music scene as a child in the year 1998.
If you got a problem, well, you should've let me know. You shouldn't tell my friends, you shouldn't tell it to my foes. Remember when I told you that I never let you go? We're not together, that's the way we're gonna grow. You told me that I'm gonna be the star within the show. Girl, I love you so. Hello, Josephine.
Young, ambitious, focused, and talented, he made his mark in the music industry for a period too short for the musical contributions he was to make. Dead at age 22, I look back on the life, achievements, and death of Demar Graham, popularly known as Coppercat. Plus, I take you on a visit to his grave. I am Nigel D. Salmon. Hit the subscription button. You are watching Jamaican Chapter. The young man who was to be known as Coppercat was born Demar Graham on Wednesday, September 23, 1987, in the parish of Westmoreland. His early years were tough in regards to his biological father and mother. But towards age 11, he found a father in the internationally renowned recording artist, Richie Stephens. He first came to Richie Stephens' attention during an audition. Richie Stephens was impressed by the young talent, and after learning about this little boy's less than ideal circumstances, he unofficially adopted him. Richie Stephens took on the responsibility of parenting and mentoring him. Taken from Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland, to the parish of St. Andrew, little Demar Graham's life began changing for the better. He was then in a better house, with better food, better clothes, and better plans for his future. The young Demar Graham was enrolled at Stella Maris Preparatory School on Shortwood Road, Kingston. Already good at learning, he fit in well with other bright students. Using the stage name Coppercat, his first song was released in the year 1998, titled Stay in School. Stay in School was written and produced by Richie Stephens and released on the Pot of Gold label. Featured on the Party Ride rhythm, lyrics of the song delivers a powerful lesson of the value of academic education. Juggling school and his music career, Coppercat recorded several songs during his childhood voice, such as Wise Up, Go Make Some Money, and Bicycle. Coppercat graduated from Stella Maris in the year 2000. Having passed his GSAT examination, he later attended college, a high school for boys in Kingston. At college, he was a center of attention, not just for his fame in music, but for his creative approach to high school activities. In 2001, his first year in college, he was counselor for his class. Later, he was president of the student council for 1 year and was an active member of the Key Club and Interact Club. From early, Coppercat understood the uncertainties the music industry possessed for recording artists. In a November 2007 interview with Youth Link magazine, he expressed his desire to pursue a career in marketing or mass communication while continuing his music career. Coppercat was loved and respected as a talented youth in dancehall music and widely regarded as Richie Stephens' adopted son. He appeared with Richie Stephens on Sumfest, Saddle to the East, and most other major stage shows. At a young age, when many children were shy, Coppercat was brave. He faced any audience and handled any tough lyrics with strength and charm. There were also the collaborations. He collaborated with Richie Stephens on Steppin' Dangerous, a record released in 1998. Steppin' Dangerous was recorded for Shocking Vibes. With the artist Cargo, Coppercat recorded the song Leave My Baby Alone. In 2008, he collaborated with the artist Atomic on the song Make It Stay. Make It Stay was produced by Richie Stephens and released on the Pot of Gold label. As Coppercat grew into an adult, he remained devoted to recording only positive lyrics. The years he spent with Richie Stephens had shaped him into a responsible young man with no involvement with gangs, illegal drugs, and guns. His reputation in the music industry was relatively clean. By age 22, Coppercat had recorded a large number of songs, performed at numerous events, recorded for labels including Shocking Vibes and VP Records, and had done excellent in schools. He was in control of his future. His fan base was getting bigger, and publicly everything looked bright. Then came tragedy. While many were looking at Coppercat's achievements and were proud of him, there were a few who were looking at the young artist with criminal intentions. It was the night of Thursday, January 20, 2011. The time was ticking into the 10:30 hours. Coppercat returned all alone to the house of Richie Stephens on Cassandra Avenue in St. Andrew. Reports are that while he was about to open the gate to the house, gunmen pounced on him. The words exchanged between the artist and the gunmen are not exactly known. Then there was a frightening sound of a fired gun. Coppercat collapsed to the ground, bleeding profusely. As the young artist died from this senseless attack, one of the heartless gunmen robbed him of his BlackBerry mobile phone. The news of Coppercat's murder was shocking across the music fraternity, among his fans, his former schoolmates, his relatives in Westmoreland, and the wider world. Many cried gone too soon. Many asked why. Why would anyone be so cruel to murder an artist who preached strongly against gun violence in his lyrics and only wanted to make something good of himself? Days after the shooting, recording artist Cargo penned and released the song Gone Too Soon, an emotional tribute to the young artist he once collaborated with. On Thursday, February 3, 2011, the 9 Night for Copper Cat was held at the house of Richie Stevens on Cassandra Crescent off Waterloo Road, St. Andrew. A large number of artists attended, including Kip Rich, Assassin, Nesbeth, Cargo, Sean Paul, Phantom Mojo, Mr. Vegas, Egyptian, Bounty Killer, Beanie Man, and many more. The funeral for Copper Cat was held on Saturday, February 5, 2011. The funeral was held at Wesleyan Holiness Church, 32 Beckford Street, Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland. All right, so I am in Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland. And this is the town where Copper Cat, everything about his last days, his funeral, his burial happened. And I am taking you to his resting place. I am walking on a street that is more residential. And then I'll go right in onto the street to where the artist was buried. There are 3 cemeteries here in Savannah Lamar. You have 3 of them, and he is buried at one of them. You have Tate Cemetery. I did a tour of Tate Cemetery, but that's not where he is. All right, so let's go onto the street where the cemetery is, where Copper Cat was buried. You know, in the early part of Copper Cat's music career, he recorded a song called Wise Up. He recorded a song called Wise Up. And in that song, he told the young people to put down the gun. You know, from an early age, he was singing songs that, you know, condemn the life of guns and are carrying guns. And it's so sad to know he died by the gun. Not his decision, not his decision. He didn't go out and try to commit crime and got shot. He wasn't involved in gangs and got shot. He was simply going home when these scumbags decided to, you know, target him. Many individuals say that he was targeted. He was targeted because he was carrying an expensive BlackBerry and they wanted the BlackBerry. But could it just be that? Could it just be because they wanted his BlackBerry? It could be more than that. It could be bad mind. It could be grudgeful. You know? You have some youths, they just can't bear to see another youth rising. So the fact that they stole his BlackBerry does not mean that the motive of the attack was robbery. As I said, it could have been bad mind, dirty mind. But they say it was robbery. A lot of times when individuals are attacked and even lost their lives and something stolen, the police would say, oh, you know, the motive of the attack is robbery. But I have a suspicion that the real reason was bad mind. You know? And maybe he knew his attackers and that's why they killed him. Or you could have just took his phone and leave him. You know, from this guy was young, he was ambitious. And under the guidance of Richard Stevens, he would have made it big. I believe so. Richard Stevens is an international artist. He has the connections. So things would definitely take off even more for Coppercat. So I'm still here walking. I'm walking to his resting place here in Savannah Lamar. So I am at West Palm Memorial Garden, and this is where Coppercat was buried in 2011. All right, so let's go to his resting place here. And this is his grave here at West Palm Memorial Garden. And down here on his grave we see is his real name, Demar Graham. Demar Graham. But most popular to the world as Coppercat. And on his grave it says, Demar Graham, on him and on his high endeavor, the light of praise shall shine forever. It said he was born September 23, 1987, and it was here in Westmoreland that he was born. And he died January 20, 2011. So this is the resting place of the artist, Coppercat. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And remember to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you again in another interesting video like this.